What's going on, everyone? Conservative Video Dipper here. Trump had Iran bombed. Why? Why would Trump allegedly get us involved with this? Well, there are allegations that Iran may have had some nuclear stuff being created and it needed to be dealt with directly right away before it got possibly way out of hand. And that's why Trump decided just launch it. Trump's decision comes with, yes, there may be a lot of responsibility um, that he will have to take, like possible repercussions, but not that I'm thinking that there's going to be very much or any at all because of the fact that, from what I'm hearing, Russia really doesn't want anything to do with Iran. They're not allegedly really working with each other right now. Russia's kind of supposedly pulling away from Iran, not really tight knit with them. China's kind of doing the same thing that allegedly Russia's doing, not being really tight knit with Iran. So they're kind of pulling back, saying, we're not going to get involved with this. The only possible country that may get involved would be North Korea. And if North Korea really wanted to get involved, they would. But to me, I feel like this may not be something that North Korea really would want to do because knowing that what Trump could possibly do back to them if they tried to get into that with us. There are a lot of rumors that are going to be spread as to, well, this is just Trump putting us in war. No, this is something. Oh, hi, Mother Faya. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. How you doing, my love, my friend? Much love. There's going to be a lot of rumors that this is an alleged war that Trump is waging, and it's not true. Trump is basically dealing with these nuclear type situations the way he should handle it, with care and trying to get rid of it. Trump does have the ability to possibly, do a lot of more damage if he chooses to. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. Everyone is. Trump could do much more worse if he wanted to. But I think to me, this is pretty manila compared to what Trump could have done. This is small potatoes. Now, did Russia want to, or would it be in Russia's benefits to possibly get involved with this one? No. I don't think it would really help Russia. I think Russia knows better. I think Putin understands the urgency that this was done in, but I'm not sure if Russia or Putin's really siding with us about it. But I'm sure Putin understands that if they get involved, it's not going to go the way that they want. And it's just not going to be something that Putin should really stick his little nose into. There are a lot of things that could become of this, but we're not sure how this is going to go and what's going to happen now with this because of the fact that Iran, like I said, I don't think Iran has very many allies. I don't know if I'm correct. I don't know how many allies Iran has, but I don't think really those allies are strong enough to actually try to want to wage war with us. Most of their allies are probably just as weak as Iran, if not maybe less than Iran. So there's that. There are alleged allegations of spies, possible potential spies being in the US and possibly in our own government or in our own alleged military. Um, we don't know right now what they really are. We kind of know the real name. We'll call them C or SCs, SCs, SCs. These are people that are allegedly put in there from supposed organization or alleged terrorist groups that are in that could be supposedly within our own government, our own military, and running around waiting to be told to do something. And there are a lot of allegations now that these alleged spies are told now be ready and start getting prepared. This is kind of a scary thought because what if this is true? What if the US does supposedly have these problems with the SCs in here or these alleged spies that are in here? What can we do? Well, honestly, I think the biggest thing is Trump trying to figure out which one of or who they are or which people that are either in our alleged military or our government that are possibly or potentially part of that group that may be alleged spies or SCs. Do we know what they look like? More than anything, they just are going to look like us. They're not going to act any different. They're not going to um, be probably much of any difference compared to us. But these SCs or alleged spies are known to be like us. They live like us. They dress like us. They talk. They walk. They think. They speak to be like us. So they're well trained and versatile in how to allegedly just blend in without being known. Trump basically would have to do a lot of research to figure out how to identify these alleged spies or alleged SCs that are in here. But I'm not going to say the full name because I heard that if somebody supposedly says those names, then their Wi-Fi just starts supposedly acting up even more weirder. So I'm not going to do it. But these people are trained to be very well versatile in hiding, knowing, waiting, and just not to be identified as. So that's going to be a little bit difficult for Trump. So Trump's going to have to figure out who it is and where they're from and how to identify them and not to look allegedly paranoid by any means, but how to figure out what these alleged spies or SCs may be or who they may be or which one of them are in our alleged government or military or amongst us and how to identify them and take care of them quickly without any problems and expedite the problem as fast as you can. Um, would it be a problem if they don't get identified? Yes, there possibly can be a bigger issue if they are not identified, dealt with, and taken care of. These alleged spies or what they call SCs can be seen as a possible threat to America and us as humans and can pose a very big threat, alleged threat to us if we don't get it taken care of. And that's the one thing I'm sure Trump doesn't want to have on his hands is more problems here in America, even though we already have a boat ton of that with the LA protests and the whole Iran and Israel war going on, I don't think Trump really wants more issues to go on. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know how this is going to be dealt with. I don't know if there's a way to identify these alleged spies that uh, supposedly go by the abbreviation SC, sugar cookies. We'll call them sugar cookies. We don't know if the alleged sugar cookie groups are going to be American or supposedly any other country or from any other country. Yet, as far as we don't know anything about these sugar cookies. So we'll have to wait and see how we can identify these people or these alleged spies that identify as sugar cookies. So, sorry, I'm looking up information, guys. Um, right now, as far as we know, with Putin kind of already, I don't know what's really going on with the nuclear, not nuclear, the war with Ukraine. What's going on with that? So I don't suspect that's probably not one of the many reasons why Putin's not going to get involved with or try to go after us, allegedly go after us because of that. But I can suspect that may be one of the many reasons. But there could be so many reasons as to why Putin doesn't want to do it. Do I maybe think cowardism? Nah, I wouldn't say Putin's much of a coward as much as people would like to call him that. I think it's just Putin is smart enough. Now, let's talk a little bit about Putin. I'm not going to sit here and kiss Putin's butt and say, oh, Putin's a great guy. No, Putin's a bad guy. He's a bad dude. I'm sure that's what Biden probably didn't say. Biden probably said, oh, he's a good dude. But Putin is a very smart man. He used to be part of the KGB. He's really well informed and versatile in many different things and aspects of regarding government agencies, government secrecies, and government stuff that you and I really can't get a hold of. He would be well versatile in that. So that is another reason why I think Putin does have a lot of intellectual abilities to comprehend when to do certain things and when not to do certain things. But at the same time, I'm not trying to sound like a Putin empathizer, but Putin does sometimes not do very well with not handling certain things in the best manner either. Like like allegedly being told no. If Trump tells Putin, look, we're not going to let you do something, we're not going to let you do it, go ahead and cry, whine, bitch, and moan about it, but it's not going to change anything, then Putin has to deal with it. Yes, it probably will be very difficult for Putin to deal with a lot of that because Putin likes to act like a big alleged baby sometimes. He wants things to go his way when he wants it and how he wants it, which, of course, that's because he's a dictator. He's an alleged communist dictator that just doesn't know how to play nice with other people. There can be alleged mental illness involved with Putin, you know, not just maybe bipolar, borderline personality, schizophrenic, but maybe multiple of other different things involved with Putin that's just mentally not helping his brain and making him do or act certain ways that he shouldn't be. That could be a possibility too. But do I think that those are reasons why he's not getting involved right now with maybe Iran? No, I think it's because Putin, again, knows intellectually that it would be not beneficial to him or to Russia to interfere. What would happen if Russia allegedly interfered? If Russia were to supposedly interfere or try to run interference into this or get involved in any way, shape, or form, Trump automatically would see that as a sign of not only disrespect and disregard, but also as a threat. He would take that as an ultimate sign of war or Putin wanting to do something that he should not be doing and trying to start something he will not win at. And Trump will shut it down like that instantaneously. He will probably either he could allegedly bomb them. He could probably drop troops in there. He could do multiple different things. Um, why didn't I allegedly say nuke? Because when it comes to nuclear warfare is really dangerous. It's not only going to affect that country, but it's going to affect the whole entire world. Do I think Trump would entertain that theory? I don't think Trump really would unless it was really needed. Unless there was a need for Trump to nuke Russia, I don't think Trump would do it because Trump knows that it wouldn't just affect Russia by all means, it would affect every single country. Everyone would get hit with it, whether it's just nuclear radiation or um, just whatever. It would hurt every single country. So Mother Freya said, so basically it would be the career ending. Didn't want to say the other word for Putin if he got involved. So is that what you're trying maybe saying? Yes. Basically it would be career ending for Putin. Putin would know that Trump could end it all. Trump has pretty much knowledge about every single U.S. military base that we have here in America. He knows where all of them are. He's aware that all of them have different things that we possibly could use against Russia and to stop Putin and make Putin drop what he has, like that little red button that he may love to want to push, but we don't want to push it and make Putin regret doing it in a single day. Would it benefit Putin for maybe getting involved? No. It not only wouldn't benefit him or any other country, it would hurt every other country trying to get involved with this whole Iran thing. Iran basically has been allegedly known to do this before, create nuclear warfare type stuff, and us doing this before with Bush. I think we all remember the war that we had after 9/11 and stuff. And I think other countries trying to get involved would be very bad because not only other countries know that Trump would not allow it, but Trump would stop it automatically. Just in a single day, it would be done. It would be over for them. Like Freya said, basically career ended. But other countries would probably be smarter because if they go to war with us, not only would it hurt their economy, hurt them physically and economically, but it would hurt a lot of other countries too, because then a lot of other countries may get involved and it would do the same thing. It just economically and technically, in no way, shape, or form would it be beneficial to anyone. So I think this would be kind of a thing that. Sorry, I'm spitting my dip out. Other country would look at this and say, well, because of how bad it could get, we don't want to get involved because we know that it would cost money, it would cause a lot of problems. NATO states could get involved, and if NATO states that are connected to us get involved, then the countries that are trying to fight with us would probably be more than likely outnumbered by a long shot. Not only by us having our weapons and what we have here, but what other countries of our NATO country allies have. It would be a complete disaster. Probably in a day, they would be wiped off the map and never to be known to exist ever before. Their existence would be zero. So it would be bad. And I think it would be smart that Putin, North Korea, and China just stay the hell out of this one. Yes, we shouldn't get involved with the Iran and Israel war. No, we shouldn't get involved with that. Why? Because, again, it's not going to benefit us to help them or Iran in any way, shape, or form. We do have the most biggest oil fields in our country. We don't need to rely on Iran for their oil right now, but it still would not be economically good or benefit anyone to get involved. So if Iran gets hit with Israel and Israel gets hit by Iran, that's a them problem, not a us problem. Do I think Trump will get us involved in this whole Iran Israel thing? I don't think so. I honestly don't think that Trump would be dumb enough to do it. I don't think Trump would be um, wanting to put the U.S. in a bad disposition. We already have problems here on our home ground. We have problems with Russia allegedly already have threatening us. North Korea already allegedly threatened us. China already allegedly threatened us. I don't think that would be good for us to get involved. But at the same time, it's not going to benefit any one of us because we're not really technically involved with Israel, I don't think, in the first place, or Iran at all. I don't know how much we really have connection to regards of Iran's economic system or Israel's economic system or political or whatever, vice versa. I don't think we really have a hat in the ring for either of them regards to bringing something to us that would help us or benefit us if we really wanted to get involved. Israel is not a NATO state. Iran is not a NATO state. So therefore, we're not going to do anything. That would make more sense. Technicalities would be that if there was a NATO contract with Israel, then yeah, we probably would want to get involved. But we would have to be very smart about it. And Trump would be very diligent about it. He would know how to plan what needs to be done if Israel was in the alleged NATO state, or if Iran was a NATO state to us. What would we do to help support them? Trump would have a good idea, and he would have a plan ahead that would be beneficial. But since, again, regards to the fact that they're both not NATO to us, and really, I don't think we have our hats in the ring for these two, we're not just going to jump in and say, let's fight, because it would make us look very bad in a worst way possible. So there's kind of what's going on. It's scary. It's very scary to have happen to us, because this um, is sad for both sides. Yes, it's sad for Iran. Yes, it's sad for Israel. But if Israel allegedly started doing something like supposedly bombing Iran, then that's again a them problem. If they started it, they got to be willing to finish it. And if they aren't willing to finish it, then they're going to get hit hard. More than likely, um, rumors, not more than likely, but more than likely, it will be finished. Whether it be Israel taking a big hit, grand be all big hit with this, we don't know what's going to happen and how this will be finished. It can mean we are involved, but in a very different way. We're not doing it because we're helping Iran or Israel. We're just doing it because there's alleged nuclear stuff being created, and if Iran gets their hands on it, that will be the end all be all game for every single one of us. So I think, yes, we kind of are technically a little bit involved, but we're just trying to stop a bigger issue from happening. More than likely, that's why we were involved in the first place. Because if Iran has been known to allegedly create nuclear weapons of alleged mass destruction, then they need to be stopped. They should not be allowed to have it. Because if they do use it, then it's going to hurt everyone. And knowing Iran probably would maybe be more likely tempted to use it than not. Other countries like Russia and North Korea, they have it, but they really haven't used it. They have threatened us or threatened with it, but they know better. But if Iran gets a hold of it, then we got three countries with alleged nuclear weapons that should not be having it. But Trump knows how to make deals, and he knows how to stop the other two from doing it. Iran, I don't think they would really listen or heed the word of Trump's advice not to do it. And as stupid as it may sound, that's, again, I think the only reason we should be involved. It's just to stop them from allegedly creating nukes and having World War III start. Because if World War III starts, we're fudged. And that's what can happen. If Iran decides one day they get pissed off bad enough, they could use it. And we don't want that. We already have, again, to deal with Russia and North Korea threatening us with it. We don't need another country trying to threaten us with it. And especially a well-known alleged country that has a bunch of alleged terrorists running around that can punch it at any point given time. there are a lot of questions as to, well, what if Trump decides to just get rid of Iran totally, completely? Would that make a bigger difference? I don't think Trump would really honestly want to destroy all of Iran. He would want to keep it, but he would want to let Iran know that our intentions are going to be, if we know something is happening or you're doing something that shouldn't be done, we are going to involve ourselves with it, and therefore we are going to stop it. Yes, just because Russia and Korea have it doesn't mean that we're going to go over and start shit with them. But there's a bigger, different reasons. I don't know what right now is stopping Trump from going after Russia or North Korea. Probably many of multiple different things, like the fact that he knows that North Korea and Russia are kind of buddy buddies, and that would really start a bigger war. Well, we don't know if Iraq really will get involved. And Iraq already knows what we will do. Because you got to remember, we already went to war with Iraq once. We've already had a beef with them, and they kind of got their ass handed to them. I honestly don't think Iraq would be dumb enough to want to do it again. I think Iraq would probably see that as just a reason for them to bow out for it. They would probably rather choose not to do it because they would rather not want to get hit hard with anything. And they're not dealing with Bush this time. They're dealing with Trump. So Trump's a total complete different person than Bush. Trump's not going to deal with it like how Bush dealt with it, very softly. Trump's going to go in there and annihilate anything and everything that is a bad guy. Which, fine if we do get, if we do end up at war, if we do get with war with Iraq, it would probably be over not very long. It would be very short. It'd be short lived. Probably wouldn't have to have boots on the ground. More than likely, it would probably just be we drop shit on top of them and drop and go. Basically, is how I think that would be. But it could get worse if Iraq does get involved. Yeah, it might be a little worse for us, but I don't think Iraq really would want to. I think, like I said, Iraq would be smart enough to see that dealing with Trump is not going to be something they will be able to do, because Trump's not going to play nice with them if they want to start coming at us the wrong way. I think it would be bad for them. And I would hope it doesn't get us involved with Iraq and the war with them again. I really would not want to get in a war with them, not because we've already had one with them, but because we just don't need that right now. We don't need war. We don't need to be doing that shit. We need to deal with our shit here. So we'll have to wait and see what happens at this time. Anything can happen. Anything and everything possibly could happen. Yes, it's possible Russia could get involved. Yes, it's possible that Iraq could get involved. Russia, Iraq, and North Korea getting involved. That is the worst case scenario. All three of them getting involved with this shit. But I don't really think that is something that they want to do. Knowing that Trump's not really the person they want to be playing FAFO with. Iran kind of fucked around and they kind of effed up and found out. And they effed up when they did it. Do I feel bad for Iran for what happened? I mean, I feel bad for the innocent people, yes, but they they kind of did what they did. Again, they effed around. They kind of found out in the way that they didn't want to find out by trying to create nuclear weapons that they shouldn't have had. So it's how it is for me. I just feel like they shouldn't have done it. They should have been smart enough not to try to do that shit. So anyway, you guys, I'm done for the day, but I just want to let you guys know I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. But as of right now, Trump did what he did, and hopefully Trump has a plan if it gets worse. All right, you guys. Love you guys. See you guys later.